Thank you and good evening. I'm sure that we all just finished having a great meal and some great conversation with both old and new friends. After all, networking is a big part of who we are. We all have heard the old saying that they do it bigger in Texas. Well, I have to tell you that I think we all came to Texas and are having the biggest and best conference ever. Now, I'm sure the Texans in the audience would like to take all the credit, as everything's bigger in Texas. But actually, the credit goes to all of you, the members who continue to be involved in and support all the associations here, ACCA, IAQA, and RPA, our industry allies at AHRI, ASHRAE, Hardy, RSCS, PHCC, and many others. And of course, our corporate partners, and especially the ACCA staff who puts us all together. In fact, I would like to invite all of you to stand up and raise a glass, as I would like to propose a toast. My toast is to all of you, the shakers and movers of your companies, associations, the HVAC industry, and most importantly, of America. Salute to you. Thank you for that, and I hope that allowed you to get your dinner settled as well. And it let me have a little bit of wine one last time. It's been my honor and great pleasure to serve as your chairman this last year. I've been very fortunate to represent ACCA at our joint legislative day at Hardy, as well as at the CEE, Hardy, PHCC, AHRI, and ASHRAE conferences. What a great opportunity it has been to promote ACCA, as well as become better aware of how we all interact together and help move our profession forward. A very few of you probably remember part of my speech from last year when I said the upcoming year, 2010, would be a HVAC odyssey. Well, I think you'll all agree with me that it's been that and more. Legislation affecting us that is changing so fast that no one can keep up with it. Midterm elections that will definitely go down in the record books. Wondering what new or old organization would pop up and claim to be the new expert in our industry and what new rules they would push. Contractors are still wondering what we're going to sell this year. Distributors are wondering what they need to stock. And manufacturers are wondering what and how much to make this year and in the future. In all this turmoil, I wonder how anyone can get an idea of where things are headed, let alone make any future plans. But I feel very confident in saying that our industry will continue into green building and, more importantly, zero energy. There will continue to be new technologies, new products, and new procedures that we all have to embrace. Among all this, we need to stand up and take a stand for what we know and what we do. To fail to do so will adversely affect how we do business in the future. Now, I could stand up here and give you a whole litany of what's happening and how it's impacting us, but I think you all got a pretty good idea of how things are changing and what's going on. If you don't, well, then I think I would recommend that you really need to read your emails from ACCA, some of the trade magazines that I know you all receive, and if that doesn't work, then you can always sign up for Facebook or Twitter. Instead, I'd like to go over what ACCA has done for you, the members, as well as the HVAC industry this year, in order to continue to help you in creating and maintaining the business that you desire. Everything ACCA does is probably a member benefit, but some things stand out as benefits more than others. Mixed groups are one of the best benefits to being a member of ACCA. And we thank Tommy Castellano, David Kyle, and Laura DeFilippo, who made a very strong push this last year or so to get everyone into a mixed group that wanted to be in one. Our newly updated website that just came out this week continues to have a wealth of information on it. Legal tools, business tools, and Ask the Expert alone can save you thousands of dollars. But like many things in life, you have to use it to gain value from it. Want more knowledge, but don't have the time to go to classes on specific dates or times? Then ACCA webinars are for you. Sign up for Comfort U and access them anytime. Can't sleep? Log on and watch a webinar. We've added over 40 new webinars this year, totaling more than 100 that are available to you at Comfort U. Still want to know more or need to know more? Then maybe ACCA Contracting Week is for you. It's usually held during the first part of October and allows you to be involved in more specific topics. The Commercial Contracting Roundtable and Service Managers Forums were joined this year by the Green Contracting Summit and Refrigeration Roundtable. I was there and heard great comments from those who attended. This year, we'll be adding the Geothermal Contracting Roundtable and HVACR Technology and Business Systems Forums. They're geared for contractors as well as their employees, which make them a can't-miss opportunity. Charlie McCrudden and everybody in governmental relations has had a very busy year this year. In fact, you may have noticed that Charlie's clothes may look a little big on him. I'm sure he lost some weight this year with all the running around he had to do up on the Hill. In fact, legislation seemed to change in nanoseconds, and no one could keep up with what the legislation said or didn't say. In fact, Pelosi's words about having to pass a health care bill to figure out what was in it will probably go down in infamy. The list of legislation that ACCA kept on top of is very long. We made known our members' needs not only to legislators, but to government entities such as DOE and EPA as well. It was a monumental task this year, but we got it done. The midterm elections and tracking who was running and which ones were our friends was no small task either. Somehow it got done, and your ACCA PAC helped elect more than 45 candidates to this historic election. It definitely could not have happened without your continued support. Technical services has been in overdrive as well. The number of organizations and issues that they deal with is growing exponentially. They have met with many organizations, including DOE, EPA, CEE, ACCEE, ICC, IHACI, providing input and assistance on issues that impact our members. They also met with ANSI, ASHRAE, PHCC, Hardy, AHRI, ICC, IAPMO, NFPA, and many other associations to work on our common goals. Common goals like our 4-year apprenticeship program, which will have all 4 books come this March when the 4th book is rolled out for a 4-year complete apprenticeship program. And of course, there's always busy with manuals being written and updated. In fact, Manual SPS, HVAC design for indoor pools and spas, was released last year and is a one-of-a-kind manual in our industry. And in case you didn't know it, it's authored by our own Hank Rutkowski and actually contains the introduction authored by yours truly. So stop by the bookstore and pick one up, as both of us would be more than happy to personalize it for you. The Manual ZR Residential Zoning Manual Committee has been doing a tremendous amount of work in developing this manual as well. It will also be a one-of-a-kind manual. While I hope to roll it out at the conference, that's not going to happen, but we're going to see it in the middle of this year. We do have the cover and the beta version, so feel free to ask any questions. Standards comprise a large amount of technical services workload as well. Our QI, Quality Installation Standard, has been updated, and there's new sections this year, and it went through the ANSI review once again. A technician's guide checklist and verification protocols were written as well to help implement the QI process. But the big news is our Quality Assured Recognition Program, affectionately named QA. It's been developed in conjunction with EPA to establish a program for home builders seeking to build new homes that would qualify for the Energy Star New Home label. You may have already attended our orientation class at the beginning of the conference or attended seminars that are related to doing QA work. We believe that is the best program out there as it's based on real ANSI standards and not just standards. It's open to all contractors and not just ACCA members and has honest third-party verification. If you haven't looked into QA, you should, as I'm sure it will become the reference standard by which all others will be judged. HomeStar. We've heard that word a few times this past year. While I hesitate to bring up that piece of legislation, it promoted a lot of discussion, debate, and controversy. And it also took up a large amount of everyone's time. The desired outcome is noble, energy savings, that is. In fact, ACCA started down that road back in 2002 with our quality installation standard and our Quality Star program, which ultimately morphed into the Quality Assured program. The board of directors allocated the funds and approved the technical services department to develop ANSI recognized standards and manuals that would provide the groundwork for the larger program, QA. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has a better basis for their program than ACCA. Manual J for heat gain, heat loss, Manual D for duct sizing, S for equipment selection, Manual B for test and balance, and this ACCA Standard 4 for maintenance of residential systems, Standard 5 for quality installation, Standard 6 for restoring cleanliness of HVAC systems, and Standard 9 for quality installation verification protocols. Now, I'd bet that every HVAC contractor in this room has always tried not to only provide a quality installation for homeowners, but to upsell them to higher efficiency equipment that saved energy and lowered utility costs. HomeStar did raise awareness to the need for better construction, better installation, and energy awareness. America needed that. America has been built on entrepreneurship and programs that are cost-effective, energy efficient, and affordable. American business and economy has not been built on government handouts, and I don't believe Americans want to pay 50 to 60% of their paycheck to the government to finance the handouts like some European countries do. But enough of that. I really have to thank my wife, Sue, who's sitting right over there, for allowing me the time to participate in ACCA over the past 10 years that I've been on the board, for traveling with me, giving up some of her time with me, well, probably a lot of her time with me, and for taking care of things at home when I've been gone and she's still there. She's been a great support, and I thank you, and I love you for it. My son, or our son, Aaron, is about 3 rows of tables back there. He's the PE for our company and wears many other hats as well. He's had to pick up the slack when I'm gone or spending hours on the computer or the telephone doing ACCA stuff. The company would not have survived without him, and I probably would have a whole lot less hair than I do now if I didn't have him to rely on. Aaron, thank you. To the ACCA staff, I can say you all did your job very well, as you always do. There was not a lot that I really had to take care of. You were all on top of everything. And everyone completed their prime mission this year, which was to make me look good. My deepest appreciation goes out to all of you for your passion, your dedication, and the exemplary work that you do. A simple thank you is not nearly enough, but when you add the respect, admiration, and appreciation that I hold for all of you, I hope that makes it enough. Thank you. While I'll no longer be chairman, I will probably always stay involved in ACCA because it's my association, and there's no other association like it. It has made both my company and myself better. But it's my pleasure to turn over the chairmanship to Joe Nichter. Joe Nichter is a very dedicated person, a person whom I have complete confidence in to run ACCA. And he knows that he has an excellent staff and board of directors to help him along the way. Joe, enjoy your year and hang on because it'll be a fast ride and we'll be over quickly. So I want to thank you all, and as we are here in Texas, I will leave you with hasta la vista.